What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I got this big curly hair. This is a highly requested video. You guys have been literally begging for this hair tutorial. It's super easy. Literally anyone can do it. No plucking. So let's get started. So first I'm starting off with a frontal and 4 bundles. I'm using bundles from Kendra's Boutique. I only get my hair from here. I absolutely love Kendra's Boutique so much. So the hair that I'm using is the Exotic Curly. When you go on their website, make sure you're looking up Exotic Curly. I'm using 1 frontal and 4 bundles, 1 14 bundle, 1 16-inch bundle, 1 18-inch bundle, and 1 20-inch bundle. And this frontal is, I think, a 16, and we're gonna be bleaching these knots. As you can see, they're really dark. They don't look good, so we're about to start bleaching. So I'm going in with the Clairol BW2. This is a hair lightener. You can bleach your hair with this. And I'm also going in with the L'Oreal 30 volume developer. Honestly, you can use any volume. It's up to you how patient you are. I like it fast, so I use 30 or 40. So I'm gonna take 2 scoops of this lightening powder, and I'm gonna put it in a little small cup that I could just throw away. And then make sure you're wearing a mask or something, because this stuff is strong. And then I'm gonna eyeball the developer. Honestly, I like the texture for me to be like cake frosting, or maybe so melted cake frosting. So I kind of just eyeball it. So I'm gonna mix it up. As you can see, it looks like cake frosting right here. And I'm just gonna keep mixing until all the lumps come out and it gets really, 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 really smooth, really smooth. So that's the cake frosting texture. And so as you can see, I added more, and me adding more is gonna basically turn it into melted cake frosting texture. And that's how I like it. I like it a little loose and a little thin. I know a lot of tutorials might tell you not to make it this thin, but this is just personally what I like. They tell you not to make it this thin because it will seep through and dye your hair, it will bleach your hair. But honestly, that process for me is what helps blend the frontal into my skin. So I like it really thin. I like it to bleed through a little bit. So I'm gonna show you that process right now, actually. So I'm gonna lay the frontal down on some tin foil. It doesn't really matter what you lay it down on, because this is not a real, this is a frontal. It doesn't have heat, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take a plastic knife. You could take any spatula or knife. I like to use those because it kind of just allows it to spread really even and thin, as you can see. And I'm really just gonna spread that across, kind of like if you're just doing butter on some toast. It's really easy, honestly. And as you can see, the texture is a pretty thin. Like I said, I like it to seep through a little bit, because the bleach knots, and when the hair is bleached, it really helps to blend into my skin, because my skin ends up being the same color. But I do go in with touch-ups. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys that process. So I let my frontal sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. As you can see, it is super, super bleached. The hair is actually bleaching. Like I said, it seeps through on the actual strand sometimes, and that's fine with me. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. So now I'm going to wash it out. And I'm honestly just going to wash this with water. You can use soap. A lot of people like to use the blue soap, the blue shampoo, because it does take away the brassiness of the frontal. But personally for me, I don't like to use it because it makes my frontals ashy on my skin, and it just doesn't look right. It ends up looking ashy. It doesn't blend in. The bleaching is fine with me. It really blends into my skin, so I don't do the purple shampoo. So this is what we're looking like so far. As you can see, like I said, I keep repeating myself, but it is super, the knots are super bleached, where it really got on the hair. So we're gonna fix that a little bit. And this process I do with every frontal. So I'm really good at hair. And I'm really good at bleaching my frontals and making them blend into my skin. And this is the exact process that I do on every single frontal or wig. So I'm going to go in with the Kiss Colors Jet Black. This is semi-permanent. Honestly, permanent, well, obviously work better, but this is what I had on hand. And so I'm going to take that dye and put it a little bit on the comb and brush it through the frontal. I'm not brushing it everywhere, honestly. I only sometimes like to do like the front of the hairline because that's what people see. They're not going to see like in between. And even if they do, we can fix that with like makeup. But I really don't want to comb through the curls. Like, I don't want to lose the curls. So I just decided to do like the actual front of the frontal and just, you know, go over those over processed hair strands and dye it back to black. And I let that sit and I washed it out, and this is what it's looking like so far. It looks great. So now we're going to move on to the wig cap. So I ordered this wig cap on Amazon. This wig cap is for lace wig making, and that's basically what we're making today. We're making a full lace wig. Well, not full, but we're making a lace wig. And so I'll link everything down below. This is in a size medium. I probably could have got something a little smaller because it was pretty big, but you know, it's up to you and your head. I have a really small head, but I have a big forehead, so it was pretty weird. I didn't know what size to get. So this is what it looks like on. So, you know, people do make lace wigs, so this lace is hair for people to kind of sew the hair on, but we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be using our own lace. So where I was lining is where we want to line up our lace frontal. So I put the wig cap onto a wig head, and I'm really gonna like tack it down, and then I'm gonna measure my frontal onto the wig cap. And so basically what I want to do is I want to replace that lace that's already on the wig cap with the Kendra Boutique lace. We're gonna trim off the original lace that came on the wig cap and replace it with the Kendra's Boutique lace. So I'm basically gonna line it up where the back of the wig cap is lined. So this is what you want it to look like. You want it to look really lined up. Like I said, we're making our own wig right now. So with all of this tacked down, we are going to start to sew the lace frontal onto the wig cap. So here's the thing. Sew it onto the wig cap. Do not sew it onto the lace that came on the wig cap because we're going to be cutting that lace off, remember. So make sure you are sewing it onto the wig cap. And this will allow you to be able to even remove the lace frontal if you want to replace it with another one while you still have the hair in the back on the wig cap still intact. So make sure you do that. And once I'm done, this is what it looks like. And always remember, when you're doing your hair, every step you take, make sure you try it on to make sure that, you know, you're doing it right, or you like it, or if you want to change something. Sometimes you don't know that, you know, something may not have come out right until the end, but guess what? You didn't try it on, so now you can't go back. So make sure you're always trying it on. It's almost like cooking. Like, make sure you're tasting the food as you go. Okay, so now we're going to start working on the back. I'm going to just use like the T-pins to really pull that wig cap down so that I get like every inch of it and I can cover every inch of the wig cap and hair. And we're going to start gluing our curly hair onto the wig cap. Now, a lot of people kind of like to make wigs while sewing it and all of that stuff, but honestly, I did not have time for that. Like, sewing is not my like good area. Like, I'm not good at like sewing hair onto a wig. So I know that, you know, using glue is like easiest for me. So I'm using some hair bonding glue, and yes, you can use this on wig caps, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it does not last forever. Some of the tracks was like, you know, kind of slipping out only because it's like, you know, it's latex. But for the time being, it does work. So you can also use hot glue. Hot glue works really, really well, but I didn't have a hot glue gun on me, so I just settled with the hair glue. It was very fine for me. And I'm honestly just lining these up, kind of like how you would do tracks in your own head. I'm lining them up, and I'm applying the glue, applying it onto the wig cap, and then I'm blow drying it so that it dries down really well. And you can also use the glue to make your own line on your wig cap, like I'm doing right here. Towards the front of the wig cap, I started to like, line it up and then put the track on instead of putting the glue on the track and then putting it on. Only because like this part of the head is the largest, so, I didn't want to have glue everywhere. And yeah, I'm just doing the same process. And then when you get close to the lace frontal that you sewed down, you want to really make sure you tighten that area up, because you don't want to see peaks of your wig cap through the curly hair. Trust me, it will happen. So just make sure you get really, 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 really close to the frontal. So like I said, always try on your wig. So here's me trying on the wig, but let's just admire the curls. Do you see these curls? Like, this hair is beautiful. Honestly, everyone was going crazy over this hair when I wore it. And I have to say, this might be one of my best hairstyles. It fits my face. It fits everything so well. Okay, so here's a really important part. Please don't mind the inside of my wig cap. I had laid tissue down and it stuck to it, but whatever. Anyway, so we're cutting off the lace that came on the wig cap. Make sure you leave a little left behind on the wig cap that we're going to be using, because this is also going to help you replace your frontal. It was really, really easy. It was really nothing to it. I swear, like a 3-year-old can make this wig. So I'm going to be applying my wig cap. I do this in every video, so I'm not really going to go too much into detail on this part, because honestly, it's the same old step every single time. If you guys would like for me to make videos, like a little more into like the prepping area of wigs. I don't know how I became so good at wigs, but I have. And if you guys would like, those steps that I do, videos on those steps, then just let me know in the comments. But I'm not gonna go too much into detail on this part. All right, so now we have the wig on, and if you're looking at this wig right now and the hairline looks straight, that's because I used a hot comb to straighten out the hairline, because I cannot see if the hairline is not like pressed down. That allows me to lay my wig and where to place it. So when you're doing any wig, make sure the hairline is always pressed down and super straight, because this will allow you to be able to see where your lace needs to lay. So I'm going in with the bowl hold glue. This was actually my first time using this glue. I usually use Ghost Bond, and the last time I used Ghost Bond, people were like, "You're still using Ghost Bond?" I'm like, okay, I gotta try out the bowl hold. And this wig lasted me about like 3 weeks. So I highly recommend this hair glue, linked below, so make sure you check it out. I am putting 3 layers of glue around my hairline. So I do 3 layers. That allows it to stay on for 3 weeks. And I also take really good care of my lace throughout the weeks. Like I said, if you want a video on that, let me know, because I can show you how to keep your lace on for 3 weeks. Okay, so now I'm just putting down my lace, and I'm just trying to see like where I want it. And once I'm happy, I start to like kind of press it down a little bit, and then I do the sides. Now, in between pressing down my sides, I like to go in with a little bit of glue and just make sure everything is together. If you have to go in with a little bit of glue just so that it's, perfect, you can do so. So I usually like to let the glue dry with a little wrap around it. And while that's drying, I like to style the hair. So I'm taking a pick and I'm really like picking out those curls. Honestly, these curls are so soft and just beautiful. I'm separating them because like this hair is just beautiful. If you can see the difference between my left and my right, it is a huge difference. So always make sure you're picking out your curls. Honestly, throughout me wearing this wig, look at the difference. Throughout me wearing this wig, I carried this pick because this hair acts just like real curly hair. It like, flattens and stuff. So I would always be picking out my hair while I had this hair in. It's actually pretty fun to pick out your hair. So yeah, little tip. Okay, so now I'm going in with an eyebrow razor and I'm gonna just take that lace off. A lot of people, well, a lot of people, including me, like to use the eyebrow razors over scissors to take off lace, because the jagged edges that the eyebrow razor gives allows it to blend into your skin. And also, I want to touch base on the plucking part. I did not pluck this wig. As you can see, it is amazing. Like, this wig is beautiful, no plucking involved. Kendra's Boutique, her hair comes pre-plucked, so that's why I really, really, really love her hair. And then as you can see, it's a little white and some stuff needs to be tacked down a little bit more, so I'm going in with a little bit more glue and I'm just pushing that down, and I allow that to dry. And I also put the little wrap back on the edges as well. And here's some of the finished product. This was the same night, so it did need a little bit more time to dry, so please don't judge it. And then I'm going in with some bronzer, and I'm just using that to blend that into my skin. I love this bronzer for doing my hair. And this is how it looked about a week later. I did end up cutting it shorter, but this is the natural curl. And honestly, I absolutely love this hair. This was so highly requested. I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for watching.